Welcome to Satisfactory. We're in the experimental build, and that means that Tier 7, the nuclear update, is here. And this is our hub, and behind me is our space elevator. And if we go towards it, it's going to tell us that we need 1,000 heavy modular frames, 1,000 computers, and 1,000 motors. So unless you have a pretty big factory or leave your computer running for a very long time, you're going to be here for a while. Let's just say so. And I have the belts here to hook them up. I've got my storage system down below. I have some sorting, automatic sorting here, and this is my storage system. And in the middle I have my chandelier of belts, and I only have to hook it up. So let's hook up the motors. I know it's going to glitch through a little bit, but for now that's okay, I think. Let's hook those up there, and the computers we'll have here, and we can hook them up there. So all our things are going to the space elevator, and in about 2 and a little bit minutes we'll have everything up there. This looks cool. I built this and I haven't seen it in action yet, so I really like this. I have a hole in the middle here that I can drop through. But as you can see, I have a hole here, and the whole means of my base is it's a floating platform in the sky, but it's accessible by car. It's all accessible by car. I've got some spare cars in the garage here, but it's all accessible by car. And if I leave the tunnel under the storage room, I get refueled, and here are our factories. This is the place where our motors are coming from. I also have some personal transport with the belts, the quick wires. Here are some explosives, but I haven't hooked that up further. Those aren't hooked up yet to the storage system because I haven't made an obelisk from them yet. It's just black powder. And on the right are all the smelters and all the things that we need. We have some passageways for, as I said, it's all accessible by car, so that's some of the things I wanted to do. Here's the concrete on our left. And here are some of the modular frames. Belt is empty, so that means that it's running. So we've got 4 machines here running at 50% because I am a person who rather underclocks than overclocks. I have the materials for more than that, but at the time that was enough. And on the right we have all our refineries. We've got an exit from the base, it's going down there. And in this place the oil is coming up and is made in fuel. And this is the only station that is refueling this truck. All other stations are unloading, loading the truck. All other stations are unloading the truck, so by driving around, I refuel all the truck stations. The sound is still glitchy. You're standing still, it moves like you're going 100 miles an hour. But this is a glitch. It's a small pole in the middle, that's the thing that it shows as soon as you build, but for some reason it also shows as built now. I don't know what that's about, but as you can see, I drive around my base, do the things I need to do, and then go back here. These are all organized storages. This is my access bin, so anything that isn't placed anywhere here is going here. I have 40 storage containers, but I don't store everything. I only store the things that I know I need for building things and making other materials. Oh, I think we're done. It looks like it. Let's go up. As I said, I don't do the intermediate storage of the intermediate items, and with that I mean, for instance, the circuit boards. Those are used for other things, so I do make them, but I don't store them. So we can seal it. And we can send it. Cool. Now we've got nuclear unlocked. Let's see if they change the animation. No, they haven't changed the animation yet. It is glitching a bit up there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like it's unhooking and hooking again. Very strange. But that means that we can do some new research. Tier 7 is unlocked. Nuclear power. And again we need 200 heavy modular frames, 400 motors and 200 computers. And what do we get? A hazmat filter. That probably means that for the hazmat suit you also need the filters, just as the gas mask. That's interesting. So electromagnetic control rod. That's just the image of a stator. Are they gonna change that? They did say that some of the visual things weren't yet quite as they should be. This is also just the same as the other filter. But, and these are the same, but that means that we can scan for bauxite. We can scan for raw quartz. If you haven't found it by now, you can scan for it now, so that's convenient, I think. The batteries and the heat sinks you could find somewhere. All cloth aluminum sheets. Aluminum. And the conveyor lifts that do 660 resources per minute. And some conveyor belts that do 660. And we have the miner that does 240 on a normal node. So with high purity or with pure nodes, it's going to become 480. And I designed my factory in that way that everything could be, all my smelters and all those are all at 50%. So if I get a belt that could support 480, which now we have, and we have, let's go up here and let's look at the factory from up here. I also like to jump sideways and up, like you can correct your jump mid-air. All our smelteries out there are at 50%. So if I just put more 3 miners down and upgrade the belts, because 450 is not good enough, I can redo it and make that 100% and double my output of those immediately without needing any adjustments, any rebuild. Yeah, well, I need to adjust the percentage, but I don't need to rebuild it. And that's the only purpose I did with underclocking everything. Everything here in this quadrant, let's just call it that, is about 50% in clock speed, so I can double everything. That's something I had in mind when building this base. I did build a base before this, somewhere out in the rocky desert, but I wanted to do this as well. Okay, let's unhook these, because, well, we don't need them to go to the space elevator anymore. You might have seen that you also unlocked tier 8 by doing this, but they haven't unlocked it in the game yet, so you can't do that yet. Let's logistics. don't have steel beams to do it. Let's just get some steel beams. And as I said, because I use steel beams, they're here. And lifts. And as I adjust these, the items that are on there are going into my inventory. And that way they're clear. And that way I clear all these items that are here. And let's just do these as well for a second. Don't fall down. Have to climb up here. Okay. So that's that. Why is this? Isn't this changing? Didn't it used to do that? Okay, we'll just do it manually. But as you can see, no you can't. Tier -1, that's the next one. We can load it. So, let's see what tier -1 gets us. Oh, and it's going to reload again. Motors are going in. That's weird. Like, oh, you can say, I have some excess resources, let's just get rid of them. I don't think that's meant to be there. Probably a bug, but as they updated on a Friday, they won't be doing any patches for any bugs the entire weekend, so if you have any issues with your game, they can only be resolved after Monday. So how many items do I have? Not much. Let's just get the rest. Because I want to be scanning for some of the things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's probably what I needed. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. The 200 I remember. And 200 of those. So that we can unlock. Quick save, yeah, it's not quick anymore. It's going slower and slower. Yep. Tier 7, nuclear power or buyer. Do I want the mark? The next speed of I want the next speed of belts and see with some bauxite what that does. So heavy modular frames. It's a shame that you can't automatically reload these like you do with the space elevator. There's not a belt input to send this. I would have liked if this part is maybe part of the space elevator, so you can automate that as well. And this pod is, well, maybe also part of the space elevator, so that the pod can just fly off. But that's my thought. So the next 15 minutes we'll have time to get the bauxite we have, maybe get some more, and see what we can do with that. Let's see what we need. Aluminum sheets. These are made with aluminum sheets. Okay, and what's aluminum? Oh, they made some changes to the inventory. If you press X, you can go to recipes, parts, and you can see everything that you have unlocked, and you can see how to make those. So if I do the all cloth aluminum sheets, are they the same? I think so. all cloth aluminum sheets. Yeah. Aluminum ingot. And you need copper. Okay. That's something. And you need silica. And silica is made from quartz. Interesting. But does this also show the alternate recipes? Yeah. So in this case you can see you got a quick wire recipe and you got an alternate quick wire recipe. In this you no longer have to place down a builder, the assembler or constructor or those kind of buildings to see what they can do. You can now just find it here. So that's pretty awesome. Also the truck and all other things are in here. That's cool. What is needed for the thermal motor? Motors, radio control units. Probably will be another emblem for that. And heat sinks. Wow, this is something that's going to require a lot of extra revamping of the. What does this require? Oh my! It requires a crystal oscillator, and it also requires heat sinks. And heat sinks require the aluminum sheets, and the aluminum sheets require aluminum ingots. Those require silica, and that requires quartz. In my opinion, in the last part, you only had to worry about going to motors, going to heavy modular frames, and going to the computer or the supercomputer. And as soon as you have a storage bin filled with these, you can route some of the excess away as well. And you can fill up an entire storage system. You have everything you need, but only have real factories for making those 3 products. But that's kind of flipped around with this update. But let's see, I do have some bauxite. I remember here that I have some. And let's see what we can do with that in a crafting bench. Oh, you can search here for recipes as well, and you can now only show affordable recipes, so you can let them show what can you make. And at this point, I cannot make much. Only the biomass. So I should have some silica somewhere, but I don't know if I make that into a proper storage bin. These aren't hooked up yet. These are just personal storage. I rather late changed my entire setup. Here, let me show you. It's kind of fun. I'm kind of proud of it. I don't know if anyone else has done that, but in my opinion, it's my design because I haven't seen anyone else do it. So if you have done it, well, kudos to you. I have 2 storage bins up here who put out to 1 line of smart splitters. Those are going all around in the back. Those are going to storage bins, 3 of them in a line. So I can just dump everything that I need, and like these fuel things, I have some excess fuel that I dumped in the top, and that just comes out here. I also have lines that come in here from my factory to refuel as well. So if I just need some fuel, I just grab it here, and it fills it from both the factory and the storage that I have behind it. So in this case, you won't have a lot of storage that are going to be filled up, because you have 3 big storage systems and industrial storage bins, and you need quite some time to fill those up, in my experience. So I haven't yet filled up one, I think, just by adding those and getting some new materials. It just adds it pack. I also have some programmable splitters that are making my slugs that I collect go off the line into some constructors and merge back onto the line, so I get my energy shards without me doing anything. And the same thing I do on the other end, not with slugs again, but with alien carapace, biomass, flower petals, leaves, and wood, and that makes biomass automatically. So my biomass, I have some extra storage here because that does fill up quite quick. Since one alien carapace makes 100 biomass, and that makes, I don't know, about 30 biofuel. So that's the base. Let's just have a look. I don't think I have everything. You know what? I'll be back when I have everything, and we'll go through the bauxite and aluminum chain together. See you in a bit. And I found some silica out in the world, so let's just dump everything in my inventory that I don't need at this moment. Don't really need these anymore. Don't need that many industrial. And that can be turned into biofuel. So a little bit too far down. So let's see what we can make. We should be able to make some aluminum ingots. Shame that they don't have enough wood. On the right you can see that I was planning to do some mining for the Mark IIs. Since it needs copper, I don't have that handy at the moment, so let's just grab some. And this is the convenience of my base, at least in my opinion. Jump in the car. You go to the part of the factory that has copper. Making iron ingot alloys, so this is gonna require some handcrafting, and yet again we'll be right back. And we're back. We've made some Alclad aluminum sheets, and well, let's just see, how fast are they? How fast can you fly on those belts, for instance? Let's just go outside. Oh, I do miss those. Logistic belts. Let's just steal one of those. Let's see. How fast are they? Okay, that's pretty fast, but I think that was a little bit of a short distance to check. Let's just go to full length. Let's see. does. How does it look? It's that big one like the fort here and has a small rail on it. It's even more glitchy than the point. Don't look down, let's just call it that. Whoa, that's fast. You can see the gun going like you're walking. You're moving as fast as you usually do a step. You can fly for miles like this. Wow. Okay. Cool. Those are the new belts. And well, how's the other? How do the conveyor lifts look? Those kind of look the same. Also the thick ones like the Mark IVs with the small rail on the side. How fast do the items look on I'm interested in seeing how fast those items look. Where do we have a full belt of items moving? Not many places. Let's just get back to our... Everything is at a standstill. I thought that once we hook up the space elevator that everything would be flowing again, but and maybe even that we have a power shortage because everything had to hook up again. But no, everything looks fine. Let's just see how fast are these going. Oh, they're glitching. Oh no, they're not. They're just backing up a little bit. I thought it was a visual glitch, but they're that fast. They're legitimately that fast. Oh, I can't afford more. These are insanely fast. Let's just make it move again. Come on. So fast it just doesn't show anymore. Okay. That's interesting. They're not twice as fast as the Mark IV belt because it's from 450 to... Ooh, I can do it here. Ah. Also, doesn't work. Is the wire? The wire needs to be fast. Always. It never is enough. It's never enough. That's why I have two lines merging here. This is a nice place to look at it. This is so fast, it doesn't even register how fast it is. and it just stops because it's no longer needed. Whoa, that's fast. Okay, yet again, I'm going to be wrapping up with this one, and I'll see you in the next one for more on the update. Goodbye.